Hi guys, today I have an update for my project Pan Porn, and last month I picked two palettes. Well, let me explain what I was trying to do here. I basically have two palettes I work on every month, and one of them is one of the oldest from my collection. One of them is the newest from my collection. And my goal is simple. I just try to hit pan on one of the shades in either palette. Once I hit pan on at least one shade, I would just roll that palette out and roll something back in. So that way I can rotate through as many palettes as I could in a year. And last month I was working on two palettes and they are those two. I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with both of the palettes. They are both pretty well known and well loved and owned by a lot of people. I do have some thoughts on them and they're kind of surprising, I feel. Well, let's start with a Anastasia Prism palette. This one is a newer palette to me. I got it about 2-3 months ago. I was very excited when I got it because when it first came out, I just couldn't justify the price. Even though it looked awesome and a lot of people gave really good reviews, I just couldn't justify paying that price. So I got it from either TJ Maxx or Marshall's at a discounted price a couple months ago, and I had high hopes for sure. And I used it for just a month only. I never touched it before this project, and I put it in this project last month, and I was able to hit pan on 3 shades already. That was really surprising, even though a lot of people say you go through those palettes super fast because they're powdery and whatnot. But 1 month to hit significant pan like that, it still surprised me, honestly. But that is kind of fine. Like, I don't mind that. If it's a good shade, I go through it fast, sure, that's fine. But what actually surprised me is I don't care much for those shades, honestly. I mean, the mattes are good. I think they're pigmented, they're easy to blend. They are powdery, but the powder kind of like flies away in the pan. It doesn't really fall off on my face, so I'm okay with it. Like, it means I'm gonna go through them a little bit faster, but they are good shades. What I have problem with is the shimmery shades here. So I tried to work on quite a few of them, honestly. I tried to work on like Lucid a lot right there, and I tried to work on Phoenix right here, and I worked on Pyramid quite a bit right here, and this green shade Throne. I have it on my eyes today, and also I hit pan on Eternal right down here. So I think I did use a lot of the shimmery shades on an almost daily basis, and none of them really match up to what I thought they would do. They are, well, first of all, they're really easy to get hard pan on, especially you can tell from those 3 shades, Lucid, Phoenix, and Pyramid. I feel those 3 shades keep giving me hard pan. I have to keep using a tape to, you know, get off the top layer to make them work again. So that is really annoying, and I don't think I did anything particularly weird to them. It wasn't like my brushes are super oily. Like, I do the same thing for all my palettes, and those just, they keep getting hard pan. And on top of that, the color payoff is really underwhelming. I mean, I even use cream eyeshadows. I use a regular eyeshadow primer, and I use cream eyeshadows on top, and then I go with those shimmery shades, and I still feel the color payoff is just underwhelming. And on top of that, it has tons of fallout. I mean, I don't see them on my eyes, but I see all of the glitters underneath my eyes. And when I wear my glasses throughout the day, like during lunchtime, if I take my glasses off, I can see all the glitters on my glasses. I have to wipe them off. So it just continues to fall throughout the day. So I'm just like not impressed at all. Like, those shimmery shades are, I'm sorry, they're horrible. So I don't know, I really have bad feeling about this palette. I think I'm gonna continue to use the mattes. I do like the mattes here. They're good quality. I mean, they go really fast, but it's fine. But I'm gonna kind of stay away from the shimmers. If I can make good use in the mattes in this palette, I'm just gonna throw it away. It's not worth my time. I have so many palettes. Like, what am I doing wasting my time on this thing? I might even just depot those matte shadows and use them that way. I don't know. I have 2 more Anastasia palettes that are barely touched. It does make me worry now. Yeah, not a big fan. And the other palette I was working on is the Lorac Pro. I think this one, even though everyone says it's so powdery, it's so hard to use, it's actually better than this Anastasia one. I feel under comparison, this is not so powdery at all. And honestly, I wasn't trying to concentrate on a lot of the shades. I basically just used 2 shades here. I tried to use white quite a bit, and I tried to use mauve quite a bit. Because like I said in my last update, this is basically my companion palette. I wanted to put it in just because I needed a couple transition matte shades, and that's the only reason. And that's exactly what I did. I just focused on a couple more shades. And here you can see I made a decent dent in mauve. You can probably see it right there, but there's no pan yet. And of course, I'm not counting this light brown shade because I panned it completely in a different project before. So I'm going to continue to work on this, and hopefully I can hit pan on one of the shades. I'm pretty sure it would be mauve just because I'm using it very consistently every day. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be the next shade to go. So now I'm going to roll in 1 palette because I, hit pan on 3 shades in this palette. And this one also is one of the newest in my collection, so I'm going to roll in one of the newest palettes in my collection. This one is from the ColourPop Golden State of Mind palette, and I got this, was it earlier this year, I think? Maybe March or something, and I got quite a few ColourPop palettes all together, but this one I barely touched, so I really wanted to work on it. And also another reason is that this palette is all shimmery shades, you can tell. There's no mattes whatsoever, and also the Lorac Pro is very neutral and has a lot of matte options, so I figured they could go together well. If I need a matte shade, I go in here, and those will provide me all the shimmery shades. I tried to work on a few shades already just to test them out, and honestly, I wasn't too super impressed with this one either. I feel the other ColourPop palettes that I used are better in quality when it comes to the shimmery shades. Well, granted, I haven't really tried to use all of the shades here. I picked out a few of the more neutral tones, like right here, those few, and those few. I tried them on my eyes a couple of times each, and I just don't think they perform as well as some of the other ColourPop palettes. So I don't know, I have to continue to play with them. I do have really good impression with ColourPop palettes in general, so I don't know what's going on with this palette. Hopefully I can find it. Maybe it's a brush, maybe it's something, I don't know. I just hope it will work better, and yeah, I actually have hope. And also something I've realized once I actually start using it, I probably used it for a week or so now, I realize a lot of the shades are just so similar, in a way that, I mean, they're not dupes obviously, but on the eyes they look way too similar. Like those 2 on top, this one and this one, they look very similar on the eyes. I don't know, like those 2, they look kind of similar on the eyes. It's a little underwhelming, you know what I mean? Or maybe I'm just going through a phase that I need the intensive shimmer, and those are just not satisfying my crave. That could be it, because I'm underwhelmed by both of them so far. This one is definitely disappointing. This one is a little bit underwhelming, so it's not as bad as the Anastasia ones, but we'll see after using it for a month. Maybe my mind will change, and we'll see. So that's the plan now. I'm just gonna work on those 2 palettes in the next month, and hopefully I can hit pan on something. And my color choices probably is getting a little bit more boring because I'm going with more neutral looks every day now. So, it's just my lifestyle. I have to go with what works for me. But I know that's basically the style for a lot of you guys too. So hopefully that works out for you as well. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a like and subscribe to my channel so you can see my future updates. And thank you guys for watching. Bye.